team, the fucking Canadian Open. That's what I called it. Got to win that one too.
All right, we're in the
Let's see what
2022
my
Winter Major.
are.
I got Kevin on the line. I'm in my odd account and I'm practicing, and he's playing. He's got multiple
Oh,
accounts.
this was the GC Master account.
The GC Master account. This is
Yeah, when I got GC Masters.
and we're going to see if we can get matched up here on this. So I've qualified my main account with a 15 on Monday, and just went out there. I was just shooting a practice round, scouting report, and I just ended up qualifying. So I'm going to go out there and actually practice today. I'm going to try some shots on the other par threes, on the last two par threes. And Kevin's doing those same shots, so we're going to try and work on win numbers. So that's where we're at. So hole number one. What do we got? Nordic Fjords. And what kind of wind do we got? Preferably tailwind.
We have tailwinds.
Tailwind, excellent. So the goal here, I'm using either an extra mile or an APOC. So with this kind of wind, I'll probably use an extra mile. No, I'm gonna probably use an APOC just because I want to take the shot all week. So when we get headwind, I want to use my APOC because it gives me a little bit more raw distance. And then 4 to 5 topspin. No more than 5.
Hey, do you have any of those gay tees or gay hole things that gives you practice tokens?
Do we want to practice this?
Well, no, but you can earn some in the meantime. We might want to practice later, right?
Well, let me see how many
once the wind changes.
Let me see how many practice tokens I got here. I've got 4 practice tokens, so I have a few right now. I can get one of those shooters. One of the tees. No, I don't. No, do I have any tees? Bonus 6 shots.
The only one I have is the Easter egg one. So we'll stick with my favorite tee, the red one.
The red one? I'm ready. I think I'm ready. Let's make sure I got bags set up. And I have an APOC 5 in this account, so I don't have quite the top spin that I have with the 6 and the 77 account, but it'll work. And a Titan, the king of balls. That's right. You can't get it done with a Titan. You can't get it done. Are you ready?
I am ready.
Okay. And we're going to do 3 seconds.
Let's try 3, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, go. Go. Oh, no, I got one. As soon as I got the dots, I got some. The last minute qualifiers.
And I'm still looking.
All right. Maybe we should switch.
Maybe we should switch and you should go first. Or I go first.
I mean, I should wait.
I go first and you wait 3 seconds.
That sounds less wind than I had before. He's gonna wait 1.
Okay, max and about. I'm gonna do 4.5 topspin. I want to stay over here on the left-hand side so I can put a little more curl on it. I'm going to leave the wind in. I can't do max curl, but I can do about there. We'll see if that was enough topspin to get me over and enough curl. No, I'm going towards the, I'm going to end up in the rough. Am I lucky? I'm lucky. Woo! I just missed the sand by a foot.
Curly one?
I did not put enough curl on it. I moved it over to the left to give myself more room for the curl to develop, and I didn't put enough curl on it. I put about half curl. I think
Oh, no.
I think max would have been too much though. We'll see.
That sucks. I ended up in the rough in front of the green somehow.
Nice. Nicely done.
guess those
Very
couple of
nice.
yards
Damn, my opponent was close to a
translate.
hole-in-one. Nice shot. Nice shot. Very nice. Very nice. Let's see if I can chip this up there. From this distance, wind might be a factor. So I'm going to hedge my bet a little and start off on that side of the cup, or the flagpole. Start off on the right-hand side. Hit it one ring great to the right. Just in the hole, so wind was not a factor. Or was a bigger factor than I accounted for. Did you get the eagle?
I'm trying. I might just save it from the rough, though.
I actually had a little bit of work to do. I made the eagle, but I could have made it easier on myself. Much easier.
I had perfect at least. Go in. Yeah.
All right, eagle, eagle. We got to get eagles on all the par fours. That's the goal. I mean, minus 15, minus 12 is the minimum score, but we got to get eagles on all three of the par fours. So minus 15 is the minimum score to get you started. If you can pick up anything on a minus 30, you, depending on your bracket, you're in banner contention, and it could be a win if you can shoot better than a 30. So it just depends on the bracket. But I would anticipate that if somebody's got a hole dialed in, especially hole number 2, that you gotta be 32 or better if you really want to win. In my opinion. What do you think?
Yeah. I think 14's realistically par. Definitely 13. 8, you have to get 8 for sure 100% of the time, no matter what.
Yeah.
And then number 1, I think if you miss number 1, you're probably losing a stroke on at least half to 2/3 of the field. So there's 2 holes right there. That makes it 14 per side. So then you gotta figure you want to pick up one more, right? 6 is a good chance. Well, can be a good chance. It's the par 4s, right? You have to go for the par 4s.
Yeah, you got to go for the par 4s.
15's
and you got to be flexible on. There's one of these par 4s. You have to be the hole number 8. That one. You have to be flexible on it when we get to that hole, because we have to have 2 different. Depending on our ball collection, we may have to have 2 different shots in our bag.
And wind.
And wind. All right, hole number 2. Let's go look at it. So, hole number 2. So we're going to try a shot that's out in this area right here, where we have half our clear ring in the rough and half our clear ring in the fairway. So along this transitional surface. No spin, no side spin, no back spin on the ball. It's a weird spot out here because it does not look like you're going to go towards the cup. And we're just doing a 1-for-1 on this, right?
Yeah.
1-for-1.
I'm just using a navigator. Because no spin. So get the extra win 2 out of it.
Navigator max club 1-for-1. No elevation. All right, I'm ready. Well, no, hold on. Now I'm ready.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. Come on. Come on. Come on.
Get anyone?
No.
Oh.
I haven't got anyone yet.
Damn.
Let's
I waited.
wait a little
I got
longer.
bread. I'll wait a little bit longer.
What's funny about this odd account is the picture that I have for this account is on a Facebook account that I can't get into anymore, so I can't change the picture, although I wouldn't change the picture, but no access to that account. I know it's still there. Let's see if my opponent switches clubs. There we go. And they're taking it with a max. They're at minimum club with a kingmaker. There we go. They switched to a quasar.
1, 2. Clipped her off. Oh, yeah. Come on, baby. Get up there. Oh, yeah.
You get a hole in one?
Yep.
Excellent. Excellent. Now, Dunner's found the spot because this isn't his first hole-in-one on this, so I have to find the spot that he's found.
It's not quite minimum club with your sniper, and then immediately you put like half your, and then look for the second bounce. The second bounce is right before the fringe, I guess. And then you'll see if you move it side to side a little bit, nothing really, your bounces don't change. Then make sure you're half of a clear ring. Oh, opponent hit the pin. And then 1 to 1.
And I don't think you're up as far as where I'm at. I need to turn my grid on. What the hell am I thinking? I know why I screwed up. I used a Titan. I wasn't thinking about where I was at with my ball, and I was like, why am I off? And I was pin high, perfect speed, off on the right. I did kind of like that spot, though.
Power window. Yeah, it rolls up nice. It just, you just got to make sure you find that second bounce. And then you line yourself half a clear ring in the rough. Because you can move to the right as well if you wanted to, and the bounces wouldn't change. But I just found that half a clear ring, it went in.
I'm using my finger right now to take this putt. Like, wow, you can use your finger to take a putt.
Yeah, I use my finger to putt, but that's it. I got my pen for the rest.
I might actually be better at putts if I used my finger, maybe.
I would try it.
I'm not sure that there's anything that could help or hurt my putting. So it could only make it better. The deal is, I played a game before this when I played Clash of Kings, and you know, because you played a game before we started playing Golf Clash, that you used your fingers non-stop because you were constantly, like, you had a shit ton of maintenance to do every day, and it took thousands of finger presses. And by the end of about a week, your finger was so sore. And for me, it was like, wow, I can get a stylus with a carbon fiber tip that actually works. What's funny to me is you go into a store like Best Buy and they sell all these tablets and all these touchscreen devices, and all they have are these shitty little rubber styluses that everybody doesn't like.
Yeah, rubber is no good.
Rubber is no good, but the carbon fiber ones, and it's hard to find them in a store. You got to buy them online.
Not for something like this anyway. I got one because I watched your videos and you said you were using one, and I always found that my fucking hands would get in the way, and I'm trying to make like a nice little adjustment, or like, I don't know. I always just use my thumb. Maybe that was a problem. I didn't use my finger. I used my thumb most of the time.
Yeah.
And I just thought, you know what? If I just had a pen, I could be a lot more accurate and precise, and my hands wouldn't be right in front of the screen. And that was basically my motivation for it. and I got one and I started, and it was a little tricky at first, timing wise with the needle and shit. But yeah, mine's not carbon fiber though. It's just like a little tiny, like fucking 3mm stainless steel tip.
Yeah, and I
Or
use
some kind
ones.
of steel or something.
I have two. I have one that's a 1/4 of an inch carbon fiber, and I mean it glides across the screen. So I mean, like what happens with the rubber ones is they'll stick, or you'll get that catch, and so it'll catch, and you'll have to lift.
And they're round, like they're big and round too.
And this one right here, like it never catches. Like I can slide it across the screen. Like when I'm drawing on the screen or doing stuff, you can see where I'm. So I've got it turned on so that you can see my touches on the screen, and it slides so awesome. I have another one that's made by it's Swiss something, and instead of a 1/4 inch, it's 0.2. And so it's a 1/5 of an inch if you wanted to do US, but and in millimeters, I think these bigger ones are 6.
Well, it's like 25
I think they're like
millimeters
6 millimeters,
in 1
or
inch.
I think it's like 6 millimeters or something, is what these are. So they're a 1/4 of an inch, 6 millimeters, or 6 1/4 millimeters, or some shit like that.
Yeah, that's about right. Yeah.
All right, hole number 3. Are we on hole number 3? Shit, we are. We're already on hole number 3. We were sitting here talking and we're shooting the video. What the hell are you doing? What are you people out there doing? I'm going out here. Okay, this is another one of these holes. I will tell you that the greenskeepers at Nordic Fjords hate the golf design. Well, they like them because during tournaments they have plenty of room for spectators, but like they have to maintain all this shit right here. And nobody uses this. I mean, nobody uses it. Some people are going to bounce over, but I'm hitting out. I'm hitting to that far island over on the right-hand side and trying to get out there as far as I can with a rock and a kingmaker and a sniper to the cup at plus 10%.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I got extra mile 7 with a Titan ball, plus 10.
I'm taking my number 2 bag and a kingmaker. Only because I need the side spin. And I want to cut the wind down and get started with that because it's the ball I'm going to use all week. And what kind of wind do we got? That wind will work. The deal is with any kind of headwind, if you're using a maxed out rock, you will maybe have to go to a power 4 ball because you're right at your red line. Okay, you want me to go first? And then let's do 6 seconds.
Yep. All right.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, I got somebody like right away.
Yeah. So yeah, I want to go like right before you get dots, basically.
Shooter goes first.
So I can get into the pool at the same time.
The last time we were here, I did the shot where you brought out a big ball and you tried to get over to the other side, but it seemed to me like you had to do overpower. And I think the deal is the second shot from over there, even though you're closer, I don't think it was any better.
Well, it was short iron. If you get up there far enough, you can be in short iron and have a pretty nice shot at it, actually. But you can use one of those spin balls too, right? You need you need a really good tee shot, but it can be done.
See if my opponent sticks. They're in a nice spot. Very nice. All right. It seems to me it was just a couple top spin. I want to come right there. 3 miles an hour. I'm going to add on 10%, so I'm going to do a 3-3. So it's 3 1/3 rings. Just try and hit it straight forward. I do want to lean just a little to the right. And I hit it to the right. Which is the worst thing I could have did. But the cool thing about bringing a rock on a hole like that is it's 100% accurate. Perfect.
332.
You're at 332?
Yeah.
I didn't even, I obviously it popped up, but I didn't look at it. Okay, we're doing 10% here at max club. 10% at max.
10%. Are you shooting it over the bunker or before the bunker? Really, 10, eh?
Well,
holy cow. I was trying like 40%, and I hit great the last time, so I didn't get a good idea of it. But even at 30, I was still missing right.
I'm gonna try the.
I wonder if I need to use a little bit of curl to compensate that, which sucks, but it's par 5. I'm actually gonna try that right now.
Well, and the deal is that I'm more towards mid club, 264. So there's 2.5. There's 2.64. Hit it perfect and get in the hole. Oh, fuck, that was so far away from perfect, it's not even funny. I might even end up in the sand. And it went in the hole. Woo! Look at that albatross. I hit it 2 rings great to the left to tell you how far off I was. So I was at mid.
Exactly.
I was at mid club.
Exactly.
I was at mid club. I did a max number, and I did 10%. So that's That's like a 20% adjustment from mid. So like I was.
I did the same thing.
So I would have had to do probably like a 40. I will take the Albie though. That's what I'm talking about right there. Can't be good, be lucky.
Or can't be lucky, be really lucky.
The force is with me. I'm one with the force. Hey, my metachlorine count's off the chart, so don't dick around with me.
Actually, yeah. I mean, all the holes have shots, but yeah, that's a good one. I haven't made this hole yet. I got the second one once.
You're talking about this par 3?
No, the one number 3 here.
Oh.
The one you just played.
And this par 3, this next par 3, are you done with that hole?
I hit great. No, I hit great, so I just got to putt.
This next par 3, you're doing the bounce over from the far left island and then bringing it back around to the cup.
Yeah,
I think that's a better way to go. I mean,
I'm not sure what the hell the adjustment is, but I think I'm at 50.
Really?
But I'm using a Goliath
because
I don't think this account has a Grizzly that'll work.
I'm gonna try. I don't know. I'm gonna bring 2 bags. I'm gonna bring 1 bag of
but I don't know.
Stuff,
I think 50 might be too much. I'm gonna try 40 on this shot anyway. Just because I don't know.
And which way's
anything less than that has been seen to me coming up really short.
I mean, it's been my experience in Golf Clash, and we were talking about this before we started the video, that when you have holes and the way the wind's blowing that crosswind,
2 right, 2 back.
When you have holes that deal with water and rough and rocks or sand that are this close together, that, man, when you get down there and start trying to bounce over that shit, if the wind direction changes, you may have to make some big adjustments based off a headwind or sidewind or tailwind and chase the wind around all week. All right. You're gonna do a 40? Hope.
Yeah, I'm gonna try 40 this time.
Okay. And what are you're taking a Grizzly and a
Quasar, Goliath,
and a Goliath.
2 right, 2 back.
I'm gonna use a Grizzly. Okay.
And then the third bounce is, if you're looking at the pin, and you just look at the squares, and you go like straight in lines with the pin.
Yeah.
It's like 3 squares in front and 1 square to the left. It's like a light green square. Just barely into that square on the 3rd bounce. And then, then the adjustment. I made it once, but the adjustment I used, I don't know what the fuck I did different, but it hasn't worked since. It hasn't even been close. But that was the landing spot anyway.
All right, I'm ready.
Okay.
You want me to go first?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, go.
Come on. Oh, I got Papa.
Papa.
You're still spinning, probably.
I am still spinning. I'm searching for an opponent. I'm searching. Come on, man.
See, that's my bigger way.
See, this is the deal of this account. I don't know how Playdemic, how they're matching the stuff up. We used to kind of know how they matched us up or how things happened, but like now I think we're a little in the dark as far as like how the bracketing works, and we know a little, but like I wonder if your account can match up with this account.
We did last time. That was the only time we did match up, was this same account, but I don't know. Like other days when I'm just sitting here playing during a tournament, it's like, fuck, even 40 wasn't good enough. I don't know. It's weird. These last 2 par 3s are way tougher to dial in.
$3.7, you're doing a 40%. Holy crap. I'm just going to do a 3.7 and see what 3.7 does. And how far off that puts me. Hitting it perfect. It did put me off. It was hard to tell on the first bounce, but I'll have to go back and watch and see where the second bounce hit. But I did nothing, and I definitely needed to do something.
That's good analysis.
But I came at it from the other. I actually liked the landing spot better. I think there's less risk of it from the island on the right that's all the way in the front. And if you have enough backspin on your club, you can bring it down so your tail goes right to it. I would have had to pull back a little bit with the sniper in order to get the tail to walk to it, but I think I kind of like that shot. It seemed pretty safe from over there.
Yeah, you don't have to get too greedy to get the ball moving towards the cup. From there, it's, I don't know.
The deal with the
back... I made it once. I think the first time I played it, I actually got it in. I just did like plus 10, which, you know, I had like Goliath 8 or something. And, yeah, exactly where I aimed it went in. It's like, cool, right on. So I watched a video. Okay, here's what I did. Yep. And then ever since then, I haven't even been close.
I'm telling you, on these types of holes in Golf Clash, when we're hitting in that type of situation with the water and the sand and the islands, that any kind of wind direction change makes a huge difference on what you're going to have to play.
Yeah, well, because there's not really, if there is, there's not really too many like flat spots to hit on, right?
Right.
Where it's like, okay, well, when the ball lands here, it's going to do this, and it's going to do that every time it lands there, because it's flat.
I think I'm going to work on that shot that I just did, because I think that shot over there is super safe. But I think that shot actually gives me a shot for hole-in-one if I actually set it up right. And if I wanted to, I was in between clubs of the 3 power ball. I had to bring out 1 power ball, and I hit it at minimum sniper. And I did a max number at minimum sniper, so that was a 30% adjustment. And I was still way off.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm going to have to go back and watch that video. That's one of the benefits of recording or making sure that you can watch your own video. Hold number 5. Hole number 5. All right. This is all about the shot to the cup. You're doing a +10 on your shot to the cup, and I'm doing a -5.
Yes.
And we'll see who prevails. We're going to end up in the same exact spot. I'm doing a rock. And you can play this with a Titan or Kingmaker, any power 3. But I would bring a power 3 for the second shot, not for the first shot. That's the bag. That's the ball. I'm ready.
All right.
3, 2, 1, go.
All right. Come on.
Come on. Come on. We're both on.
I'm going out.
We're looking. We're looking. We're looking.
Here we go. You still in?
Yep. I'm still spinning.
Oh. Shit. I went back in and I got Dave. Friggin' Dave.
I am still spinning.
Not odd. Dave.
Drew.
Go first, Dave.
All right, let's win a chest from Drew and get another Albie. Another Albie. Let's see if we can get another Albie on a 2-ring grate to the left.
They come in handy, even in the end. Like that could, with a tournament like this where the drops are kind of right there for everyone, picking up 1 or 2 is not that hard for a lot of people. I think there's going to be a lot of tiebreakers.
I think
And hell, fuck, it's a major, right? So why not?
I think just on these par 3s and the par 5s that there's opportunities on, obviously, even the 2 tough par 3s, there's opportunities on the par 3s and par 5s, and just whichever player goes out there and catches the break. Because you just have to pick up one. Like, shit, you just go out there and pick up 1 extra hole. Other than the par 4s, and bam. I'm going to lean just a little to the left. Hit it perfect. El Perfecto. And I do not want to dick around with, you can mess around with that backspin. I used 1 backspin, and I've messed around there trying to a little bit.
Yeah, just 1. That's all you need.
A little bit less if you got headwind, a little bit more if you got tailwind, but like 1 backspin works.
Oh, 319. I needed to push up an extra half a ring.
Okay, I'm going to do a -5, so I'm doing 0.95. 0.95 times whatever the wind is, divided by 1. It's 1 per ring. And this wind,
so
right here,
just 0.95 then.
We need to hit this perfect.
You don't need to divide it by.
Right. That's why some of the holes, like if we're having to do a bunch of adjustments on some of the holes, I'll just use 1 per ring. But luckily, this club is at max at 1 per ring. Here we go. Here we go.
Maybe a little bit left of the cup, too. It wants to fall right at the end.
Yeah, it drifts off just a little at the very end. Okay, it's 2.0. It's 1.9 rings. There's 1.9.
Come on, baby. This is the one. This is the one. Get up there. Oh, it's short.
I hit it great to the right.
Get up there. No, it's not short.
If I was going to hit it one way or the other and get lucky, that would be the side, but I feel pretty good about that. I still think that the -5 might be too little. I should do it. My notes say -5 or -10. And I think right there on that wind, I should have did the -10. But you don't know.
You didn't pull enough?
Well, I hit it great to the right, and you don't know. It's a wood, and it was at the end of the run, and it distance-wise and speed, it was perfect. But definitely off the cup.
Damn, that was close.
Almost slipped. Almost slipped and missed that putt. Almost. All right. Hole number 5 is in the bag. All right. What's hole number 6? What do we got here? Hole number 6 we have to get. I don't care what the deal is. We've got to get this hole. So whatever it takes, like I don't have a lot of Power 5 balls in this account, but I don't care what it takes. We've got to start off on this side so that we can go towards the cup.
Yeah.
And if you have an APOC 6, you have an advantage here because you've got extra topspin and the raw distance. But if you don't have an APOC 6, the 5 is good, but a 6 is better. Which way's the wind blowing?
Headwind.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of left to right.
Left to right. So, I mean, like, that's definitely, I mean, I don't think we're going to, I only have one Power 5 ball. All right.
Yeah. So, if you can land yourself left of that, those rocks, I think, there on the last fairway.
Yep.
It's a nice short iron. I think it's maximum short iron, but that's not a bad alternative. But you definitely want to be at least on the last fairway.
I want to be on the green.
Well, yeah. I'm hoping I can be somewhere. I want to have a wedge. That's all I care about.
All right, I'm ready.
The extra mile 7. So, all right.
You want me to go first?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, go. I'm spinning, spinning free. I'm
Here we go.
spinning. It's just you and me. I'm spinning. Come on. Did you get somebody?
I waited even like 6 seconds, I think.
And I got Rick.
I don't know. It's probably busy again.
That's the
minute
West Coast.
qualifiers.
And it's 3:58. Can I make it over there in that wind? Yes.
Yeah, there's what? Time is 7.
There's 6 tops.
5, 8 hours left. 7 or 8 hours left.
I'd really like to put a little more topspin on it than that, but I think if I put any more, I'm going to be in trouble. 6. 5.5. 3, 8. Hit it perfect. See if I can bridge the gap. See if I can get my second bounce in the fairway. I should have put on more topspin against that headwind. I got probably a mid. I probably could have put 5.5 topspin on it. I probably could have put 6.5, and I'd be on the green.
This is way less wind than I had today. every hole's been different than like my other rounds. Like if I only have repeat wins, like I don't know, definitely less than half the time.
I think if my opponent they bought one of those max, the big balls. I think if they actually make it over, they put all of their top spin and all of the boost top spin. That's gonna shoot them over. They hit it perfect. I think they're gonna blow past it, but
yes, I made it.
no, I think they're perfect. Perfect.
It's just still going to be a wedge, but
And if they hadn't hit the left, they still would have been perfect. Excellent. I don't really like having to take this shot, I can tell you that. And wind is definitely going to be a factor. Hit it perfect. Let's see if I got the wind right. In the hole. Eagle. I would like to be closer than that. Much closer. Much closer than my opponent. I want to actually get up here and use the backboard and just drop back down to the cup and take a putt. My opponent's shot's not that bad, though. Did you get over there?
Yeah, I got a tough one, I think.
In the hole. Eagle. Good game. Good game, my man.
Oh, shit. Oh, I hit great. I thought I was going to time it out. Oh, if I would have hit perfect, though. Damn it. First time I was... loser. How do you hit great with Endbringer?
I always see people pull out Endbringers and I think, wow, I got a chance.
Yeah, there's that little Endbringer method that works pretty good, Dale.
Okay, so I'm going to bring 2 bags on this hole. I'm going to set up one bag that's got a... I think I need...
Well, I still got number 2, though, so...
Grim Reaper's 3/8. 1.8 accuracy. That'll be one bag. I'm not sure if I can get over to the other side with a Grim Reaper. I may have to bring out a bigger ball if I wanted to get over there, Grim Reaper. I'm going to bring a Guardian as well so that I can take the shot on the other side. And then I want to make sure I have a bag that's got
what's it? Oh, this is the last
Grizzly so that I can get over. Yeah, and I'm not sure what ball I have to use a Grizzly. You're using a Goliath, right?
With this count, yeah, I think I have to. I still got the best ball guide at this point.
And what size ball are you using?
Katana ball for the side spin.
And how close are you to your red line?
So, I think it's just, I'm trying to do like plus 40 at max again. I'm just trying to get the second bounce will be like a little bit in front of the fringe, and then just try and aim it towards the hole.
All right, we'll see if a Katana will get me
right
over
back.
there. A Katana might not get me over there because I'm going to use a Grizzly. It doesn't hit as far as your Goliath. I may have to up it to a power 3 ball. And you're doing a 40% wind adjustment. Whew. At max. You still there? Maybe. Hold on 1 second. We'll see if we can catch Kevin back. All right, we are back. Where are we at? What hole are we on? We're on hole number 7. Hole number 7 is this par 3. Okay, I'm We're doing the island shot on the right-hand side at plus 40 with a katana. And I'm using a grizzly and you're using a Goliath.
Yeah, well, I got Grizzly 4. I don't know if that's good enough. The ball guide's not quite as good as the fucking as a Grizzly.
And you're...
We'll go with the Goliath. Yeah. Goliath 7 is better than Grizzly 4 right now.
All right, I'm ready.
It's because I always only get fucking 2 or 3 chests, right? I don't play tours, so whatever tournament it is, that's what I get.
Ready?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. I have an unstable connection, so I'm out.
All right.
Ready?
I just went in as you said that. Yep.
3, 2, 1, go. I'm not sure what the deal is. I think it's... I'm not sure where I'm at with the towers, but like there's times when I'm at my house and I've got... It'll drop down and it'll go fucking 3G, but like right now I've got... On my phone I got 5 bars.
Still spinning?
A 4G. No, I got somebody.
Oh, shit.
So my opponent's got a power 2 ball. Let's see where they can get. I think you can get to the other side with a power 2 if you've got tailwind with your long iron. Because my fallback shot is to go to the other side and just backspin, sidespin, curl it.
2.5 back.
You said 2.5 back?
Yeah, and then aim it just in front of the fringe. And just try and guess what's going towards me. I always miss right, so I don't know.
My opponent hit 1 ring great to the right.
I try not to pull down the hill. I try and pull over the bullseye.
That area there, trying to bring it back across it's curved on the edge. So if you hit great to the right like my opponent did, it can be bad.
I even used a tiny little bit of curl. Oh, right in front of it. So 2.5 backspin was a bit too much for that shot. But yeah, okay. I'm gonna watch that again and record it.
And you did a 40%.
That was close.
3
40,
point
yeah.
at max club.
Max club.
3, 6,
Power
4.
2 numbers.
There's 3, 5, 3, 6, 4.
Honestly, it was pretty scary where it landed, to be true.
Oh! I hit it great to the left, 1 ring.
Uh-oh.
And I'm actually great to the right on the cup with the wind, but that's one of those holes that you could very easily, because the hill is...
It's hard.
That if you hit it great to the left, you may end up great to the right, and if you hit great to the right, you may end up great to the left.
I think if I would have just put like 2 and a little tiny bit of backspin, that was a good chance going in.
I'll have to go back and watch that and see where it ended up, because my ball guy was a little short of the cup, and I think I might have been... Am I pin high? My speed might... I'll have to go back and watch that. I wasn't paying attention. I was just taking the shot, and I wasn't paying attention to it. But it's from this vantage point, though, you can see that the tee where the tees are at, and so like the rookie tee is higher than the pin, but the pro tee is higher than the rookie tee. So if you're hitting it from pro, you're probably using a different number for sure. Full show. Okay, hole number 8. I've got to get a hole in one here. Which way is the wind blowing? Or not a hole in one, but now
Hole in one's doable.
Okay, so
Very doable.
let me make sure I got this straight. So this is the hole we're talking about, and here's the deal on this hole. If you start off on this side right here in front of that sand with a power 5 ball and you have a tailwind, you do not have to do any overpower. And you got a serious shot, like with like one backspin, like it's a serious shot of going towards the cup with an extra mile or an APOC. APOC being better because it gets you more rod distance. Extra mile being better because it has better ball guide. So whichever one of those is your cup of tea. But if you have any headwind here with that power 5 ball, you have to do overpower, and depending on the headwind, you may not be able to get over. But there is a shot from over here that you can bounce from this island over in front of the sand, and then bounce over and run up to the cup. And you can do this in any kind of wind with an extra mile because of you want to whatever driver you have that has the best topspin. You can do this with a big topper. So you have to practice to see what the topspin is. So which way today we have tailwind. So if we bring out a power 5 ball, which I don't have any, so I'm going to be taking the bounce
Just
that he
take
bounced.
the wind out and push it back in.
Yeah, I mean,
take the wind out. It's almost straight tailwind, but take it out anyway.
Yeah, but I think the deal is in my 70s.
You won't need to topspin. I don't think even with power 3 ball, you won't need topspin really. So what club are you using?
Well, it depends on which shot I'm taking. So if I can get over,
you're gonna go to the green, right?
Well, I mean,
you're gonna get over.
Yeah, I'm gonna get over and try and go to the green. But I could get over. You could start off on that first island to the right, and then bounce over in front of the sand, and then bounce over the sand, and then run up to the green. And you can
need to do that.
And you can do that with any ball, any wind. I mean, you could do it with like a katana. A Kingmaker works better because it's got a little more. Well, you could do it with the katana. It's not really going to matter. But if you want to go to the other side, you have to bring out a bigger ball. I'm going to do the shot bouncing over because I want to practice that, because that may be my fallback plan with 77 if we get a really bad wind where you couldn't get.
That's what practice tokens come in. That's why you put that little tee up for the ball explosion thing or whatever, right?
Yeah, but this hole right here, it's
a major.
If you have a headwind, if you have a headwind, you would have to bring out a power 5 ball and do overpower. Whereas if you shot from the other side and just got that shot dialed in, it doesn't matter which way the wind's blowing. You don't have to do any overpower. And the whole goal is...
unless you have a wind ball, that's 5 power, though.
Yeah. But the whole goal here is to get an eagle. But if you take the other shot, you got a serious chance at hole-in-one.
Well, I think this round you got to go for it. Just because I bet you we're going to see this wind again before the tournament's over. Or something similar.
All right,
I mean, we got 4 more different winds, right?
I'll play the wind to my advantage. Okay. I'm ready.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, go. And I'm spinning, and I got somebody immediately.
Damn it.
James, 3.9. Yeah.
I was waiting for like 6, I'll tell you. I don't know. It's good. Whatever.
All right. Let's bring out a Titan, the king of balls, in my number 1 bag. So the question is, will it kick me up there enough? Three, 2. Put the forward moving wind back in, and just a little teeny bit of overpower. Hitting it perfect. See if that was enough to get me clear of the, yeah, just clear. That's exactly where I want. Just a little bit short. It was a long ways away from the hole-in-one, but I almost had my speed right. I was a little short, so I didn't get the run out to the cup.
Yeah, I think.
And a little teeny bit of overpower worked was beneficial. The wind wasn't high enough to push me all the way back up. The thing there is that it looks flat, but where the rough comes up, there's an area of the fairway that's still on that curve. And so when you get over there, if you just barely clear the rough, you'll actually hit that on that hill and you'll get a really high bounce. And my opponent was like right there on the cusp of that. Very nice. My opponent had a very nice shot. Very nice. They were inches away.
Hold on.
Very nice.
Yeah, I made the mistake of using a little bit of top spin because I had a extra mile 7. I want to push back. It's going to depend on the wind too. Like,
I damn near missed that putt. Jeez. I don't like it when I don't like that we can't square up.
Use your finger when you putt.
Well, I just don't like it that we can't square up with the putt and it's off at an angle on those hillside putts.
Oh yeah. I think I know what you're saying.
All right, hole number 9. What do we got for hole number 9? Hole number 9. All right. My goal is to get I always think like I'm going to get. You very seldom ever risk getting into the rough at the very end. Like usually you're out more in the middle here. This is one of those shots that coming through with a more accurate club works, but if you bring out a 3-power ball, your red line for your extra mile is right in here. And if you run out
we got some more tailwind so you can push it back up.
And if you run out all your top spin, you can get your second bounces almost completely clear of back out into the open. So there's a good chance if you set it up dead center middle of the fairway that if you hit a great to the left or the right, you might actually, you may clip the rough, but you'll bleed out. You'll be short on your second shot, but you can recover from that. I'm going to bring out, so in the past I've shot this shot with a rock, but it doesn't get me to the right spot for my second shot. So I'm bringing out the big stuff, and I'm bringing out my extra mile and a power 3 ball.
Tighten, because the wind's good.
Well, I actually have more Kingmakers in this account than Titan, so.
Yeah, you kind of want to use the wind, on your first shot anyway. Helps get you in a better spot for your second shot.
And on the shot to the cup,
but
I think I was doing like
extra mile 9 though, right? Never mind.
I think I was doing.
You don't have to do much. Just take the wind out, like go full top and like 1.5 right. Take the wind out, push it back forward, and then shoot it with maybe a little tiny bit of overpower, but not much. And you'll be way up there, and you'll have a nice, easy. Depends how you want to play the next shot. You can play it near max with backspin, or you can pull it back and play it towards mid and let it roll up.
Well, we have pure tailwind right here, and I'm going to take the wind completely out because I want to try and end up in a consistent spot on the end of the drive.
Yeah. Fair
right, enough. So that my second shot, because like here you could use the wind and you could put yourself in a better spot, but you may not be able to get to that better spot. And if you work on that shot isn't going to work for something that's 20 yards short.
You just got to get good at hitting overpower.
You ready? Yeah, well, yeah.
Yep.
I don't. Some shots you got to do overpower, but if I don't have to, I don't like to. Okay, ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, go. I'm spinning.
Okay, here we go.
Come on.
This time's gonna work.
Come on.
No, Greg
right away, and I'm still spinning. I'm going to get an Alvy on this hole. These par 5s that are here.
I'm pretty sure I'm in Seattle still.
What are you doing on the shot to the cup? I think I did a plus. Did I do a plus 10?
Plus 35.
Is what you're doing. Plus 35.
Yeah. Then it's just a matter of spin. But I mean, yeah.
2-9.
That's kind of aiming.
It's about a ring and a half.
So when you're going, are you shooting?
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry.
I'm okay. I'm used to talking while I'm shooting. Isn't it perfect? No OP, just get out there. I want to see like where we can get out. There's a spot.
You went too far. So on the second shot, there's that rough that kind of bumps out.
Yep.
Right, there's a fairway, and so like kind of aiming right beside there.
Yeah, but you're on the right hand. You're on the left hand side of it. I'm trying to actually get in front of it.
Yeah. So then you'd have to you have to play it a little bit differently because you're going to want to backspin it a bit or something, most likely, right?
I mean, but the shot your ball guide can run like right up to it. There's not as much of the, because that green's got a little bit of a slant to it. And if you can get in front of it and run your ball guide straight to the cup, your ball guide literally, I mean, I don't think you have to put any spin on it at all. I think it just like runs straight to the cup.
That sounds good.
We'll see. I don't think I'm not sure that I'm out there far enough. I think I'm going to be a little short. Yeah. And I was I brought out a power 4 ball last because I want to be right there is where I really want to be. So I either need to bring out a power 4 ball or I have to bring out a bigger hitting wood. And so I'm going to pull back a little from the red line. I'm going to be at +2. +2, and I'm going to do just a 10%, so I'm going to do 3-7.
Great shot.
Isn't it perfect?
Oh, sniper 7. This is going to be tough.
And I left it short. It got that skip jump. You can see where I hit and it skipped off, and so where it came down, instead of bouncing forward and getting forward momentum, it came straight off of it and lost all of its stuff. And I've had this problem before. You can see the bowl, you can see there's the course runs down, and then that's where the trough is.
Yeah, it's 35.
And I hit right there by that trough. But if you're hitting in front right here, it's flat. And so in that situation, if I want to bring out a power 3 ball from that distance, the deal is I need to bring out either, if I had a hammerhead 6 where it's got that extra 5 yards, that might be enough. Or if I bring out a 4 power ball, I think the last time we played this, I brought out a power 4 ball and I still wasn't quite far enough. If I wanted to use a sniper, I would have had to put in overpower to get way up to the top.
Oh, damn it! If I would have hit perfect, that would have been interesting. I managed to make it right beside the cup. +35. It wasn't +40. It was +35.
You did a +35.
But I was behind that hump. Because I don't have the distance with my. I should have switched. Okay.
I have really.
I need a horizon.
I have really no idea where I would have ended up because I took a really bad. When I post this video, go back and watch on that second shot. It flew down, and where the first bounce happened, it took an absolutely flat bounce, and ended up short. All right, that was my practice account.
But it was to my advantage.
And that's exactly what we need to do in these rounds is we have to pick up all of the par 4s, and we have to pick up something else. And in my mind, 2 is, do you think like of the par 3s, 2 is the easiest?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Okay, and of the par 5s, all 3 of them have a great opportunity. So like those 4 holes are
I like this number 5. I like that one the best myself. But that's because it's the only one I've made so far, probably.
The deal about,
they all have a chance though. Every single hole. The par 3s are the hardest part of this course.
I can think of a lot of par fives in the game that I have made a lot of albies on, but these Nordic Fjord holes, I've made albies on these holes on all three of them. But the deal is that what pisses me off about these par fives is that I am almost always in a perfect spot. So like my second shot, I've got a great opportunity, and it just doesn't seem like it's like I chase the numbers around, and they're always stymieing. Like I made that Albie on a 2-ring great to the left. I mean, shit, how far off? How far off can you be and still make it? I mean, two rings. That's like eyeballing
I
it.
Video of the shot of I think it was my main account. I think on the first hole where I hit over power, curled it, and then barely hit great. That was like a yellow great. And then got a hole in one on the first hole. It was in practice though.
So I have a 16 and I'm in second.
Yeah, exactly.
And the top,
I'm tied for first, 15.
And the top is a 16, but they hit two albies. They hit 3 and 5, and they dropped one of the par 4s. And so,
I think we're going to get. We're going to get more chances to get hole-in-ones on these par 4s as well.
So nobody in here is going to make it if they've shot a 13 or less. And I will tell you that if there's... Well, if we get some people that come up here, it might drop those 13s out. I don't know how those work. But it looks like the 13s will make it. So it'll be a 13 or better to get in. But I think that this is just going to be one of those tournaments where minus 15 is your minimum score in order to try and get a banner. And that puts you at minus 30. And if you pick up any shot on minus 30, now you're talking about a banner hunt. But at minus 30, you just have to get lucky and be in a great bracket. But you're going to be so tied up in tiebreakers at minus 30.
Oh, yeah. You're going to need 30 to even have your name in the conversation for anything. But it feels like you really need this tournament. The focus, I think, is on your tee shots, because there's so many holes where if you're a little bit off, because you're going to go for it on 1, and you're going to go for it on 6, and you're going to go for it on 8, right? 8 maybe not so much, because depending, like you said, you do the bounce thing, but.
No, I mean, I think hole number 8.
I mean, you're going to go for those holes, right? So if those tee shots aren't on, and then of course the 2 par 3s, if you, depending, right? If you hit the islands, you don't do it right, you could really screw yourself there too. So I mean, that's 5 tee shots out of 9 that could really determine your round. So you got to make sure you're setting up and hitting perfect on your first shots.
Well, I mean,
even on number 5,
that's super evident just on the par 4s, dude, because this course is one of those ones where we're always trying to find the way that we can get on the green and 1 on a par 4 so that we can putt for eagle. All 3 of these par 4s, we can do that. And so literally, if you don't pick up all 3 of the par 4s, any other shot you pick up, you wasted because that would have won you the tournament. If you'd have picked up all the par 4s. I mean, you pick up an Albie, you pick up a hole-in-one, and you picked up all the par 4s.
Number 6.
That Albie won you the tournament.
Number 6 is number 6 is a tough one to,
Number
it's
6.
the toughest of the 3 anyway.
I think.
Of the 3 par 4s.
I think that of the par 4s. Yeah, I mean. I think this one and hole number 8, depending on which way the wind's blowing, can be very difficult. So, especially hole number 8. Hole number 8 is a great opportunity for a hole-in-one on a par 4, but if the wind is blowing the wrong way, if you're getting headwind, that hole sucks. Unless you do that bounce over shot that I was talking about.
Oh, yeah, and you do that. Then you can always switch and use like big topper instead or something, right?
I mean, yeah, you can use a big topper or an extra mile, even like an extra mile 6 or a 7. You just start off. It's If you bring out a 3 side spin ball, you can start off right here, first bounce. And the deal is, I will tell you, the deal is that on the drive there is an adjustment. You can't do it just like, if it was a 2 mile an hour wind and you're using an extra mile and it's basically one ring. No, it's like a 10 or a 20% adjustment. But there is an adjustment, and if you don't make it, you're screwed on not your first bounce. You're screwed on the bounce trying to go over the sand.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you really got to keep that into account, because where the ball guide shows you it's going to go, no matter what you do, it's going to be shorter than that. Take the wind out and you hit it, it's still going to be shorter than where you aimed it, right? Hole number 2, if I look at the replay and where I aimed and where the ball actually landed, the third bounce was on the green when I aimed it, but when I took my shot, because there was a little bit of headwind, it was cross, but there was a bit of headwind, my third bounce ended up just clipping the fringe, and that's what let it roll right out to the pin. So and the same thing in reverse, right? When it's tailwind, like the ball guide says it's going to go here, but even if you hit it exactly and land exactly where the first bounce where you aimed, the second bounce and third bounce is going to change.
Yeah, but the deal on this hole is you came out here with a navigator, and so you were half your clearing in the rough, half your clearing in the fairway, and I'm drawing on the screen while I'm talking.
2, yeah.
Up in this area. And what dumbass me did was I brought the Titan that I had before, and so I couldn't get, and there's no adjustment on the spin. So you find the spot right there, and what's weird about it is that the tail on his club looked like the ball was coming off over here, but where it actually, because of all of the movement on this hill coming down, where it actually ended up on its second bounce, it was in front of that, and it got in a funnel and just rolled right to the cup.
Well, no, it was actually the third bounce.
Yeah.
So the first bounce pushed it, like it did almost kind of a bit of a skip bounce, and then so did the second one, but and then the third bounce clipped the fringe. And that was the important part, because if it hits the green, it'll slow up and it won't even get to the cup. But if it hits the fringe, it flattens out right away, and it takes all that momentum with it, and it just keeps rolling.
And with a Power 3 ball with no spin on it, in order to get it so that it was going towards the cup, I pushed it up here, and my shot was up in here with no spin, and it had a straight run to it, and the wind was blowing from the left to the right, and I hit it perfect, and I was just off on the right-hand side. So what did I do on that? I did a plus 10. So I think I'm gonna go back and watch the video and see
1-1
what it did. But I did a plus 10 on it, and I just on a perfect just missed it. But I'm not sure that I'm getting that funnel bounce that you're getting.
Yeah, you got to pull back.
No, because I explained it on the screen, because you're further back in the shot. You're further up the hill with your than where I was at. I pushed it way forward because I had a 3 power ball, and I couldn't figure out what the deal was. And by the time I got it set up, I was like, oh shit, I got a 3 power ball.
Well, it's because you're a rookie.
Yeah, I'm a rookie. That's why I'm a rookie. People ask all the time, shit, man. That whole freaking thing about clubs, that always cracks me up. You can't play on the course out here because you brought professional clubs, or you got the $3,000 or $4,000 set of clubs. You've met those guys. I've met some guys that have $3,000 and $4,000 sets of clubs and actually know how to use them, but the mass majority of the people that I know who have $3,000 or $4,000 in their golf equipment don't know how to use it.
Yeah.
And the guys that
they have expendable income and they want to learn. So they go out and then like they see whatever and they do reviews, okay, you know what, and instead of maybe going to a pro and being like, okay, man, here's me. But I suppose if you're learning, it doesn't really matter what you have when you first learn. But I've seen a couple of guys like that, and I'm like, okay, whatever. This guy's taking it seriously. One guy had like a hard case, so he could fly it on a plane with him and shit. Like, holy cow, yeah, right on, man. Give her.
I bought a
golf
set.
As much as possibly can.
I bought a set of Ping knockoffs when I first started playing. And the guy sold them to me. I got a really good deal on him. He built clubs, and he was a local guy, and he had a small little driving range. I went out there and I bought those clubs from him in a bag. And since then, I still have those same heads, but I've got new shafts and different grips, and I've actually got some money in my driver. But those clubs, I did go out one time. I was in Nashville, and I went out to a course out there and played in a charity event, and I rented a set of Cleveland clubs, and I'm going to tell you, I killed it that day, dude. I was killing it.
Yeah. I'm shit. I'd like to go and actually, now that I've like played for long enough to like have my own style, I guess you'd say, I'd just like to go and actually get in front of someone professional and pay some money for some clubs and then own them. Because I mean, I'm 42, so I don't need to buy any more after this, really. I'm not that good. I'm not that professional at it that I need to buy a new club every year. But yeah, I paid more money for my putter than I paid for the 2 sets of clubs I've ever owned. The first set I paid $50 for because I just moved back to Sarnia from living in Alberta. And I was golfing with some people, and I was just using their clubs all the time. But he's like, "You want to buy these or what?" I'm like, "Yeah, I don't know. How about $50?" He's like, "Yeah, okay." I was gonna say 100, but I bowled with him too. We bowled a lot. And his kids and everything. So I knew him pretty well. And then I got working in my new job, and my friend called me up one day. He's like, "Hey, come over to buddy's house." I'm like, "Okay, why? What's up?" He's like, "Weapons." I'm like, "Oh, okay." And this guy was huge into the golf. He had almost like a miniature golf store in his garage. And he basically just like gave me a whole set of TaylorMade racks, an R7 driver, and a 7-wood, and a nice little chipper that I fucking lost, of course. But yeah, and then he's like, "Give me a case of beer." So, and when I bought my putter, I bought it online, and it was like $110 or something. And then I had to drive over the bridge they have a place where you can pretend you have a mailbox or something. So the charge, it was like $10 for that, and then go over the bridge. So yeah, it's like $130 for the putter, and then $50 plus a case of beer from the 2 sets of clubs.
I'm not sure how much I paid for my driver. The deal is I went to Fiddler's Green. I'm not sure if they're across the U.S., but they have a Fiddler's Green in Eugene, Oregon, and they have a driving range right behind it. So I have a buddy that went down there and bought a custom set of clubs, and then he went through their doctor thing, so he was there all day. And so their whole deal is that whatever club you can hit the best, that's probably the best club for you, whether it's the most expensive or the cheapest club.
Exactly.
Right?
Yep.
They don't push off one thing. They're like, if you can hit that club, that might be the club for you.
Fucking like 6 of each club, and they're like, "Here, swing this."
Yeah, and obviously they like it when you can, like when it does happen, when the clubs that you can actually hit are the expensive ones. They love it, but they don't push it on you. So I went in there and I was hitting. I was hitting 9.5, 10, 10.5, 11 drivers, and I was there all day, and I hit every driver that they have, and some of them were $1,200, $1,500 drivers, and I think I did end up buying a Cleveland, and I can't remember what I paid for it at the time. It was like close to $500 or something. I don't know. I told the guy I brought enough money to buy whatever driver I wanted. And I just bought the one that I could hit, and I can pound the hell out of the ball with that driver. It changed my game, because from where I was sitting with my old driver, I had developed a game on the courses that I play. Like I knew, like, hey, I'm going to be in this area, so like this is the club and this is the shot that I have, and it changed it where I was hitting forward of that, quite a bit of distance. So instead of hitting like 150, 160 yard shots into the cup, I was hitting shots from like 90 to 100.
Yeah.
And it drastically changed. I mean, I was on in regulation a lot. Then it came down to putting.
Simple shit too. Like I remember when I first started, and when I came back home, and like the guy that sold me the first set of clubs, we were almost once a week, 3 times a month. We go. It was kind of the same course every time we play, but he'd give me some odd tips. Like none of these people are great at all, and one of the first ones I realized I got told I was doing wrong was lifting my front foot. And I was like, okay. He's like, it's going to feel really weird, and when you first start doing it, since you've been lifting your front foot, because it's like baseball swing style, right? You lift your foot up. You don't lift your foot up, but I mean you lift your heel anyway, right?
Yeah.
So once so I concentrated on planting my front foot, and then once, before the round was over, I felt comfortable with that. And right away I noticed, like, holy cow, yeah, it's like 10, 15 more yards on it. So, okay, instead of hitting my set, because I'm not good, I don't hit the ball far at all. Like 250, 260 yard drives is average probably. Not a far hitter at all. So once I get to like a 6 iron, anything above that, 5, 4, 3, I don't. I've got like a utility club. I think it's a 21. So that'd be like a 3-4 type hybrid. I just use that. I don't know. I like it. It's got a little curve back on it. It feels comfortable when I hold it and when I swing. I feel comfortable hitting that one. So a lot of times I just use that club and I just either swing or I take some off or.
There's a lot
once
of
I get to a 6 iron, it's like 170 yards maybe.
Your 6 iron?
If I hit it good, yeah.
I have my long iron stuff. Like I hit my 3 iron all the time because there'll be some holes that, like with the driver, I have a little bit more control with my 3 iron, and I can hit my 3 iron as far as I could hit my old driver. So I can hit it like 210, 220. Maybe if I caught a little bit, I could get a little bit more, but I can hit it in that range, so I can get it around stuff. So there's a lot of times I'll hit my 3 iron. But the rest of my clubs, I'm real regimented. I don't really try and swing really hard. I just try and swing through the ball. And the thing is that like I've got like about a 15-yard range between each club. So like my 5 iron, I can hit it like 150 to 165, and then my 4 iron I can hit from like 165 to 180. But my three iron, usually I use my 3 iron in lieu of my driver, and my 3 iron I do a little bit more of a driver deal on it. So I'm still trying to just swing through it and just nice and swing, but I am trying to get a little bit more out of it. But I'm really good. Where I always shined was when I was within like 110, 120 yards, because in my backyard at my house, we had a field that was 200 yards long. The property was 300 yards. We could actually build a football field. My property was the same size as a U.S. football field. It was 300 yards long and like 100 yards wide or 80 yards wide or whatever it is. But in my backyard, I had I could sit out there and chip.
Yeah.
And it was the back of my neighbors' houses and stuff. So I just and it was probably, I just laid up. I had a shed back there and practice chipping all the time. All right, that was our practice round. That was my practice round. So the deal is we got to pick up the par fours. If you don't pick up the par fours in the weekend round, the first one of the par fours you drop, you just dug yourself a hole that's like a mile deep. So in the weekend round, we have to play perfect. We have to pick up all par fours. And then we have to pick up something. Whatever that something is, that something could win you the tournament. All right, thanks for watching. Have a great round, and I'll catch you in the opening round.